newborn. And this manifests as a result of the physiological or the physical deformities that they get to see right on their baby. These and more are what we refer to as congenital defects. So what is congenital defects? Congenital defects can be defined, or they are forms of anomalies. They are structural and functional anomalies that are seen in babies when they are born. These deformities start manifesting right from while the babies are in the womb, that is during pregnancy, and it continues to manifest until the baby is born. There are different types of congenital diseases. Example of the congenital diseases, we have the cleft lip and palate. Yes, that is seen on our screen right now. Yes, it is an opening that is seen, or a split that happens to be on the lip and it runs through to the roof of the mouth. We have another one called Anencephaly. Anencephaly is seen in some children. It manifests itself as an underdeveloped brain and incomplete structure in the skull. We have another one that is called the claw foot. Yes, the claw foot is the twisting of the toes or the feet such that it does not sit well on the floor. We have some others like the spinal bifida. What is spinal bifida? Spinal bifida is an incomplete formation of the vertebrae or the bones of the spine. We have another that is called the Down syndrome. Yes, Down syndrome is another one and it has different varieties. We have the trisomy 21. There is an issue with the chromosome 21 in the body of the individual, and so it causes different problems. So we have different types of them. We have the trisomy 21, we have the translocation Down syndrome, we also have the mosaic Down syndrome. For the trisomy 21, it has a percentage of 92 to 93% in abundance. Also for the translocation, we have about 5% of that, and for the mosaic Down syndrome, it is about 2 to 3% in abundance. And we also have another type of congenital defect, which is the congenital heart defect. Yes, we have different types of congenital defects. Defects that occur or that have their deformity happening to the heart. A whole lot of them. Some of them affect the arterioles, some of them affect the vessels, the tricuspid valve and the bicuspid valve in the heart, preventing the normal flow of blood. We have different examples of these congenital heart defects. And in Nigeria, for example, we have slightly lower than 100,000 congenital heart cases in Nigeria. So you probably ask yourself, why did this happen? What led to this? Yes, sometimes these cases are inherited. They are passed on from the parents to the offspring. And so there may be no very easy way out of this. But some other cases, they are as a result of environmental factors. In some instances, it is as a result of infection. In some cases, it is as a result of nutritional imbalance. Some cases, it is as a result of improper care during pregnancy. Nutritional imbalances, for example, when there is no proper or adequate nutrition for the mother while she is carrying the pregnancy. And we have some other cases where we talk about antenatal. For the antenatal, there are reasons why there is the very need for parents or expecting mothers to go for antenatal. This is because the adequate care, the proper care will be given to the baby while the baby is still in the womb, and then making it easy for the mother to carry the pregnancy. Some other environmental factors that can result to congenital disease, we have smoking, yes, consumption of alcohol. We have sniffing of hard drugs or taking of hard drugs. All of these can have a repercussion on the fetus. Yes, we also have exposure to toxic chemicals that can result to mutations of the gene of the mother and the baby. All of these are factors that can result to congenital defects. Now you probably ask that what can you do to prevent this from happening? Yes, like I said earlier on, one of the very important things to do is to make sure that there is proper care for the pregnant mother. there is proper care for the pregnant mother and there is adequate antenatal care for the pregnant mother, there will be the need for the doctors and the nurses to find out if there is any need to go for any form of treatment while the baby is still in the womb. Also, try to prevent it. There is this popular saying that says prevention is better than cure. It is most likely that you will want to go with that because it is better to prevent it than to try to cure it. So, care for the pregnancy while the baby is still in the womb before it fully manifests. Now, while the baby is in the womb, it is possible to check and see the condition of the baby to know if there is any of this abnormality manifesting in the baby. We have majorly two types of tests that can be done. We have the screening test as well as the diagnostic test. Both of these tests can be done to know or to ascertain the condition of the baby. So regular exercises can also help to prevent this from happening because it helps the baby while the baby is being formed in the womb. So I encourage every one of us to try as much as possible to care for the baby even while the baby is in the womb. So with all of these that have been discussed, I hope you understand what congenital defects are. Now you understand what can be done to prevent them from happening, and peradventure it occurs, you know the things that you can do, how you can care for the baby. Try as much as possible to love them. They are gifts from God. Thank you.